Welcome to today's class. So we'll just start in a seated position and coming straight into an inhale to lift the arms up, exhaling to fold down to one side, inhaling coming up through center and exhaling to the other side. So just following your breath here, warming up through the sides of the body. If it's too much on the forearm, just drop down to the hand. And just finding a rhythm that feels good for you. And the next time we inhale, reaching up, bringing the left hand to the right knee, right hand behind and looking over the right shoulder, coming into a twist here. Then on your next inhale, reaching up back through center, exhaling as we change sides. Just a nice gentle twist, waking up the spine. Slowly, when you're ready, coming back through center. We'll just start making some slow circles with the upper body. So it's almost like a seated cat-cow here, inhaling as you come forwards and exhaling to round the spine. And then we'll change direction. So just feeling into any areas of tightness and just breathing into those areas. And when we're ready, we'll slowly make our way forwards, reaching forwards, relaxing the head down towards the mat and folding from the hips. So you should feel a stretch all through the back here. Just relaxing into the practice. From here, making our way up, coming forwards into tabletop position and exhaling to downward dog. Then on your next inhale, looking forward to the top of the mat, and we're going to step both feet up to the top. Inhaling as we look up and exhaling to fold forwards. You can cradle the arms here. And then on your next inhale, reaching all the way up, arms above the head, bringing the hands down to the chest. Inhaling to reach up once again and exhaling as we fold forwards. This time stepping the left leg back on an inhale, looking up. And exhaling, coming into downward dog. Breath retention as you bring knees, chest and chin to the mat. And inhaling as you come forwards to cobra. Exhaling back into downward dog. And inhaling to step the left leg forwards. Looking up, dropping the shoulders. And exhaling, back leg up, forward fold. Inhaling as we reach all the way back up and exhaling to bring hands to heart center. Inhaling as we reach up once again and exhaling to fold from the hips, forward fold. Inhaling as we step the right leg back this time, looking up and exhaling to come back into downward dog. Breath retention as we drop knees, chest, chin, and inhaling to come into cobra. Exhaling as we push back into downward dog, and inhaling as we step our right leg in between the hands. Exhaling, back leg up to meet the front, forward fold, and inhaling as we reach the arms all the way up, bringing the hands to heart center. And we'll do one more on each side, so reaching up, exhaling as you fold, inhaling as you step the left leg back, and exhaling, coming back into downward dog. Breath retention as we bring knees, chest, chin to the mat, inhaling to slide through into cobra, exhaling, pushing back. And inhaling as we step our left leg forwards to the low lunge. Exhaling, back leg up. And inhaling as we reach all the way up. So for the last one, you can follow along with me, or if you'd rather go at your own pace, you're more than welcome to. So inhaling up, exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, right leg back. And exhaling, downward dog. Breath retention as we bring our knees, chest and chin towards the mat. Inhaling to come into cobra. Exhaling, pushing back into downward dog. And inhaling as we step our right leg forwards. Back leg up to meet the front. Exhaling into forward fold. Inhaling to reach all the way up. Exhale to hands to heart center. And we'll just stay here for a moment in mountain pose, dropping the shoulders, tucking the pelvis in. And then from here, we're going to step our right leg back about a leg's distance, with the foot at a 45-degree angle, bringing the arms to the side, folding from the hips down into triangle or trikonasana, and inhaling to come back up. So exhaling as we fold from the hips, looking up towards our hand. Inhaling as we drop the head, then lifting back up. So just keep going at your own pace here, finding a position for the hand on the leg that feels comfortable for you. And the next time you're in the pose, we'll just hold here. If it gets too much, you can also drop your gaze down to the floor if you need. And then on your next exhale, bending into the front leg, coming into a high lunge here. So squeezing the thighs in together, feeling strong in the legs. Then pressing your weight onto that left foot to lift your foot up. And from here, coming into tree pose if you can. If you need to drop the foot to find balance, then just do that. Centering your weight on the left foot. Dropping the shoulders down away from the ears here. Gaze on the horizon. We'll release our foot, and then we'll change to the other side, so stepping the left leg back. And again, coming into triangle, folding from the hips. Looking up towards the left arm, dropping the gaze on an inhale to come back up. And just finding your own pace here. So inhaling to come up, and exhaling to fold from the hips forwards, reaching up, finding that twist in Trikonasana. And we'll stay here, holding for a few breaths. Again, if it gets too much, you can drop the gaze. And then once again on your next exhale, bending into that front knee and coming up into a high lunge, reaching the arms above the head, strong through the legs, pressing your weight onto that right foot to lift yourself forwards, keeping that balance, coming into tree pose here, hands at heart center, gaze on the horizon. And then when you're ready, dropping the left foot down. From here, we're going to step back with the right foot once again, both feet facing forwards, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. So inhaling to come up, and exhaling to fold forwards from the hips. Inhaling as we reach, and exhaling as we fold. One more. And then we'll just hold here, breathing into the stretch without pushing or straining. Keeping the breath nice and long. And then once again bending into the left knee, stepping the right foot back up, and exhaling as we come into a forward fold with the feet together this time. So maybe you want to cradle the arms here, or you also have the option to hug the arms around the legs, pulling the nose towards the knees, and just folding from the hips, making sure your breath is still coming easily. Just finding a position that feels good. And then we'll heel toe the feet slightly further out, coming into a yogi squat. Inhaling to reach our right arm up, and then on an exhale dropping it back to center, and inhaling as we reach the left arm up, feeling a nice twist here. You can keep twisting if that feels good, or you can just find some stillness here in the center. Just breathing. From here, pressing back up into a forward fold, jumping the legs back into plank, then slowly lowering yourself down, coming into upward dog if you can. Then from here, we'll push all the way back into downward dog. So moving with the breath, inhaling to come forwards, and exhaling as we push back. So if that feels too much for you, you also have the option to just inhale to come into cobra, exhaling to drop the forehead down. So that's another variation. But if that all feels okay, you can stay in downward dog and inhale to come forward into our upward dog. So following the breath here. And then from here, wherever you are, you can drop the knees down, sitting back onto your heels, coming into child's pose. So reaching the arms forward here. And then inhale as we lift up, coming up onto our knees, reaching the arms behind our head. And if this feels okay, you can also drop each arm down to grab the heel for a more intense stretch. And if it gets too much, just letting go. You can drop back down into child's pose if this doesn't feel good for you. And we'll slowly release, coming forwards. Bring the legs to one side and the knees out in front. And we'll hug our knees, dropping the head between the knees. Just really finding your breath here, feeling it in the stomach and the chest. And from here, we'll straighten our left leg out, bending the right knee in, inhaling as we reach up, and exhaling to fold. Inhaling up, and exhaling, folding down from the hips. And on the next exhale, we'll just hold here, finding a position that feels good for you. Keeping the hips facing forwards. And on our next inhale, bringing ourselves back up and changing sides. Reaching and exhaling to fold forwards. So going at whatever pace feels right for you. Perfect, and then we'll fold here, staying for a few breaths in the pose. Breathing into any tension to release it. And then slowly coming back through center, shuffling forward if you need to, bending the knees, having the heels just so your fingertips can touch them, inhaling to come into bridge pose, exhaling as we fold. So inhaling as the hips come up and the hands behind the head, exhaling to lower everything back down onto the mat. And we'll hold at the top here, so pressing the hips up towards the sky, chin tucked in, feeling a stretch in the lower back, maybe a slight burn in the glutes. And exhaling, relax everything down. We'll straighten the legs from here, bringing the hands underneath the body, and if you can, coming up into a shoulder stand on an exhale, using the elbows and the hands to support the legs. If it feels good on an exhale, we can bend one knee down towards the face. Inhale to bring it up, exhaling to change sides, inhaling up. If not, you can just find stillness here. If you feel capable, you can bring the legs behind the head, straightening them out, reaching forwards with the hands, coming into plow pose. And if it ever gets too much, just coming back down. And whenever you're ready, we can meet in Shavasana for a few moments, just feeling into the benefits of that pose, noticing any energy before lifting our left leg up towards the chest, bringing the left arm out to the side. And then when you're ready, you can cross the left leg over to the right, gaze towards the left arm, coming into a twist. Don't worry about the leg reaching the floor, just making sure both shoulder blades are grounded. And then on your next inhale, bringing the gaze and the leg back to the middle and crossing it over the right leg, threading the needle and coming into a perfect stretch for the glutes and the hips, hugging the legs in towards your chest. Again, not straining, just feeling a nice stretch. And we'll release the left leg down, hugging the right leg into the chest this time. And once again, whenever you're ready, bringing our right arm out to the side and crossing the right leg over to the left side, gaze to the right. Coming into a spinal twist, again shoulder blades glued to the mat. Just breathing. Inhaling as we bring everything back to center. This time crossing the right over the left leg, hugging them towards the chest. And releasing both legs down, tucking the shoulders in once again, this time pointing the toes, arching the back and bringing the weight onto the top of the head into fish pose. So just holding here as a counter stretch from our shoulder stand. And we'll slowly release there, relaxing the whole body down onto the mat. And we'll finish today in Shavasana. So just giving yourself the next couple of minutes to feel all the benefits of your practice today allowing the body to just melt into the mat. And just being here in this present moment. Just noticing how you feel right now. Any energy, any sensations in the body. And allowing your breath to be nice and soft. And you're welcome to stay here for as long as you want. But if you feel ready, you can come onto the right hand side before slowly making your way back up into a seated position where we'll finish our class today. It's just bringing the hands to center. Namaste. Thank you so much for doing this class. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.